Hello, and welcome to another edition of Good Deeds. It's brought to you by justserve.org. There are so many organizations here in our area that are making a difference in people's lives every single day. And if you're looking for a way to plug in and make a difference through volunteering, through donations, well, justserve.org is a great place to get started and get connected with an organization that you support. Today, we're talking with Edward Johnson. He is from a Davis-based organization called Grace in Action. They're helping folks who are currently experiencing homelessness. And first of all, I want to thank you for the work that you're doing for folks in our community. And thanks for being on Good Deeds.
Thank you for the opportunity. We're very, very excited to be here.
In what ways are you helping people that are experiencing homelessness? And is it just in the Davis area, or do you reach out to the surrounding communities?
No, like I said, we're here based in Davis, but we work within Yolo County, and homelessness impacts the Tri-County area, which includes Sacramento and Solano County. So we are blessed to be in our 20th year. We're an interfaith agency here in Davis, and we work with the unhoused and low income. We have a threefold mission. We want to restore hope and dignity through compassionate care. We want to be a good referral agency here within the community. So we want to facilitate warm handoffs to other social services and supports. And we also want to be a good spiritual companion for those, who have a faith. Many people find that their faith helps them in their resiliency in this particular situation. So we want to honor that and walk alongside them as well.
You know, it's interesting. I was just having this conversation with a natural medicine doctor I was seeing, and he was talking about the secret to longevity being having a purpose and having hope. And when people give up on that, you see a direct correlation with a shorter lifespan. So by giving people hope, you are actually extending their life. What are some of the ways that you restore dignity and hope to someone who may be feeling pretty hopeless right now because of their situation?
Yeah, on Mondays we are at United Methodist Church. We're out there on Anderson on Mondays from 12 to about 1:15. People can come in. Like I said, it could be unhoused or low-income families or individuals. They can come in, get a nice sandwich, get a nice soup or salad, depending on the season, fruits and veggies, some dessert, and in that process, we have access to other services. For example, on Mondays, second and fourth Mondays, we offer haircuts. We provide laundry vouchers for those who may need assistance with washing clothes. Sometimes clients or guests, I should say, to be more accurate, may need assistance in traveling to appointments. We offer bus passes and some help in transportation. And those are some of the ways. Wednesdays, we're out at Pole Line Baptist Church, 12 to 1:15. Doing the same thing and trying to also facilitate warm handoffs. I wish there was one answer to why someone might be unhoused, but there are plenty of reasons. And so someone might find themselves trying to leave a domestic violence situation. Somebody might be dealing with addiction. Somebody might dealing with untreated trauma or mental health, or it could be a young youth who wants to get away from their family. So there's just a lot of reasons why someone might be, unhoused, and we just try to reach out, meet them where they are, and plug them back into a social safety net where we can.
Yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, there are so many reasons that people might find themselves in this situation. There's no one easy answer and no one easy thing that's going to solve it. But as you mentioned, it's covering a lot of bases and taking care of a lot of needs. Have you seen an increased need for your services just over the last year or two since the pandemic started?
Yeah, a lot has changed, and when you think about pre and post pandemic, and the fact that maybe here, even in our country, that maybe 50% of families in general don't have $500, for a rainy day. It gives you pause. That any of us at at any given time could really fall into a situation where you're just upside down. It could be a medical reason, and for that reason, we're very, very mindful. We don't want to be judgmental. We want to meet people where they are, and we recognize that there are some individuals that want to be off grid. But for those that want to come back into the fold, we want to kind of be a warm, welcoming hand that can bring them back and hook them up with other agencies. There are plenty of agencies in Davis that do good work. And for our organization, 20 years ago, our founder Cindy Berger took a leap of faith. She heard the Lord tugging on her heart to maybe create an organization that could stand the gap to work with the unhoused, as well as low income, and we've been doing it ever since. Things come up, organizations, as grants aren't free money. There's normally strings attached, whether you have restricted or unrestricted funds. And sometimes, an organization like ours, can kind of fill that gap. Maybe an organization can't pay for gas or can't pay for a car repair, or can't help an individual that maybe has no transportation and is trying to get back to another state, maybe through an Amtrak to find support through family and friends. And those are areas that with our board, we can kind of, decide case by case, how we can help and best support somebody, and be a force multiplier for, other agencies here within Yolo County and the Tri-County area, to kind of, meet the needs of the community.
Well, you're doing wonderful work for some of the most vulnerable citizens in our community. How can we, as the community, help support what you're doing? Do you need volunteers? I'm sure you need donations, and I'm sure folks can find out more about that on your website. But how can we volunteer our time to help?
Yeah, for us, for volunteers, we're looking for somebody, over 18 and that's willing to commit to, at least 6 months to be part of a regular rotation, to go out for our lunch distributions, on Mondays and Wednesdays. Like I said, Wednesdays we're over at Pole Line Baptist Church there in Davis, and to just start to walk alongside, our guests and get to know them. And I think one of the biggest things is, when's the last time any of us took advice from someone we thought didn't really care about, our needs or interests. And so it's just in the process of serving somebody that you get to know them, get to know their story, and maybe they'll get to know yours, where you can establish a relationship to where you can actually offer, support and, in some ways mentorship, that might resonate with somebody. Not There's no one person that can get along with everybody. So it takes a village, to kind of create, and just be that, spoke in the wheel, that you might be the person that can bring somebody, to the social safety net. And for that reason, we look for that commitment and that heart to serve. And, uh, we just welcome that opportunity.
Well, we've got the website up on the screen for folks that want to contact you and find out more about volunteering or making a donation, or even just find out more about the services that you provide. Thank you so much once again for the work that you're doing with some of our most vulnerable citizens, and thank you for being on Good Deeds.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time, and we really appreciate it.